Mr. Carolyn.
Yes.
Ms. King. Yes. Mr. Kinney.
Yes.
Mr. Soto Ducato.
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan.
Yes.
Ms. LaForgia.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Comment when you have time.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I know.
Now is okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I looked up policy 0152 on board officers, so to clarify what needs to be done. In the event that the office of president or vice president shall become vacant, the board shall, within 30 days thereafter, fill the vacancy for the unexpired term. If the board fails to fill the vacancy within such a time, the executive county superintendent shall fill the vacancy for the unexpired term. So we have to do it within 30 days, so just so you know.
All right. I mean, I thought that
Yeah,
was...
we're good to go. I just want to let you know.
Yeah, I know. I thought that went well. We actually decided on just postponing it for another time. I'm not sure why, you know, I'm not sure we're addressing that again. Anyway, Google Forms, Mr. Rashika, do you want to touch that?
Yeah, well, the Google Forms actually went into the, did go to Mr. Sutherland, and some administrators got to look at it, and we reviewed the information. The problem we're having is, I have to be honest with you, is basically, if we're sending out a survey from the school, the results are generally populated for the administration and those making the decisions in there. We look at some of the other forms that go out. If the board sends out a survey, typically then the board then can look at that. So I'm trying to get some, I don't want to say legal, I just want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. I can tell you that overall there weren't that many responses that came in. A lot of them, Mr. Sutherland actually met with people, spoke to people, and we'll move ahead. So that's basically where we are right now. And if we can move ahead with that, we will.
For total transparency, I did have this conversation with Mr. Fogarty as well. Mr. Fogarty did release the Google Forms, but I know you had further discussion with Mr. Fogarty as well,
Okay.
with your concerns, so I think we're stuck in a little gray
A
area.
little bit of it, yeah, that's exactly where we are, unfortunately.
So there is a fluid discussion on it, there's just no resolution.
Because what, unfortunately, when you do something, whether it's good or bad, and you start a precedence as moving forward, and we don't want to lose control in certain areas, so we want to move ahead cautiously. But again, we're not taking anything that anyone took or sent in or was responded to from Mr. Sutherland lightly. As I said before, this is an ongoing process for us with the curriculum. We're going to look at it continuously. Certainly, unfortunately, I will not be here that time, but I can tell you that the intent is to really monitor what's going on, get the information across that we need to get across. And again, if there need to be modifications, we make modifications as we move along. So, but again, we will try to get better information on that, is the answer to the question.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Question also was whether or not any board member has seen them?
The answer is no.
No, right?
No?
Not that I'm aware
Thank
of.
you.
We never told the public that those would be, there's no notification on there that those would be shared with the public, which I think is some of the issue, right? Or the board.
I know,
So-
John. I know there was no official notification
Yeah.
on that form, but I think there was general discussion that that was just another vehicle for parents to provide, and so there was an assumption made that the board members would get that as a vehicle.
Yeah,
But
I
like
think-
I said, we're kind of stuck in a gray area.
Yeah, I
and
think
we'll
the
figure it
challenge
out.
is we set precedent, like, for example, when we ask parents to send in an email for a board meeting, we actually put a notice on the top there that it could be public. So obviously, it's going to be public. So I think that's what some of the issues they're trying to tackle.
Okay,
So.
just, again, it's just to notify, it's fluid.
Yep.
We're talking about it, we just don't have a resolution. Mr. Rashika, do you want to do just a broad comment on clubs?
Sure.
We don't have a JSA, I just looked at it, so
Right.
maybe that's,
Yeah, I don't know when that was eliminated or whatever the case may be, but it's
Yeah.
not listed there. I don't see it listed anywhere.
Right.
Long story short, and I did mention this before, the clubs are always student-generated. So again, the students come up with something that they would like to have. You know, and the latest one that we had was think it was a young lady who, was interested in improv, spent some time doing some classes over the summer, brought that up to some other people at school, and then brought it to someone who might be an advisor, and that's how it moved ahead. Other times you might see where a couple of students and a teacher might have an interest, and they decide that they would reach out to other students to see if there's an interest in creating that club, and that's how it works. So there's nothing, to Ms. Bennett's point, that she's right, and I had said that before, is there's nothing that the administration puts up a sign for and says, do you want to join this club? It's all student-generated, and that's basically how it comes out. We look at more the paid positions. When we look at those clubs like student council, those are more the traditional activities that are in probably the majority of public schools, and you would see that. But any of these other pieces are things that are created by the students. And then I think it was Mrs. Eng spoke about one of the clubs. If you can send me an email about that, because I'm not aware of it. All right, so I can look into that. And Mrs. Molo spoke about the other club.
If that's correct, if there's another club in the works,
It
we'll vote
might be
on-
that it was not brought to our attention
So
at
will
this
that,
point.
if there is,
Mhm.
it will just come back onto a board
We'd have to
packet
put it
again?
back on for acceptance, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, to be approved.
Yeah.
But that's why, Ms. Eng, if you send me that email, I would appreciate it, okay? I think that's it.
Can you do this just for me as well? Constitution Day again? Did we
They did do
spend
stuff
time on
and there is,
Constitution?
I don't have exactly what took place because it's, schools know that's the thing, and I don't know what took place. I didn't have a chance to talk to the supervisors. I did reach out to the principals, and I sit here, I don't have that information tonight.
Okay,
Okay.
and then the last question regarding US Board,
I don't know about that.
US Board and our boards. US, I can't hear you. US school boards
Boards.
and our boards. I can't answer that.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, we're gonna have to get back to you on that one. I have to do some research. Okay. That's it? Did we get everything? Anybody has everything?
But, I just want, the one other thing, and I'm sorry, I couldn't catch your last name, but there was a concern. Again, we talk about the student survey. I just wanted to let you know that everything that we were supposed to do, everything that we could possibly do was put into effect. And that's about as much as the conversation as I can have. And I thank you for being concerned about that, but that's where we are. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, anticipated future meeting dates is Monday, November 25th, 2021, regular public meeting at 8 o'clock.
October 25th.
What did I say?
October.
Did I say? Did I mess up again? October 25th, 2021, regular public meeting, 8 o'clock. Can I have a motion to adjourn the Monday, October 11th, 2021, regular public meeting?
So moved?
Mr.
Thank you.
Carlin.
Yes.
Ms. King.
Yes.
Mr. Kinney.
Absolutely.
Mr. Sotodicato.
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan.
Yes.
Ms. LaForgia.
Yes. And just a quick note, Dr. Dionisio is still planning on being here November 9th. Thank you, everyone.